there was a massive tornado, like water structure that was turning in front of my face. And I told everybody that, right? I could see the buildings and the highlights of the major cities. But there was lightning striking all above the atmosphere, in the heavens, in the sky, okay? Lightning was striking and it was going nuts. And all of a sudden, that tornado looking structure went straight into the water, into a lake, like a reservoir of water. And it started turning the water all in front of this massive pool of water. And all of a sudden, I see this massive oak tree, like I would say 200-year-old oak tree, 300-year-old tree, massive oak tree. And these the acorns on the tree were the size of massive. They were ginormous acorns, and it fell down into the whirlpool that was sucking the water, and all the water was turning in this pool, and the acorn fell into this whirlpool upside down. So the fruit of the acorn was up, and the head of the acorn that was attached to the tree was in the whirlpool, and it caused the whirlpool to stop. As you could see, the fruit, the acorn nut, all the acorn nut was in the air, and it was plugging it like a cork. And I could see the cork clogging this, okay? Then the Lord spoke to me, and he said, I could see, and I try to I don't remember things that I said or what I didn't say, but I'm going to go over it. I seen an owl in the side of this massive oak tree, an owl. And it was a Illuminati owl, a very dark, satanic owl that was inside this oak tree. It was in the trunk of it. And I could see the owl looking out over the area where what was being talked about, the acorn and all that. And it was looking at things.
They left behind a ball today. It bounced higher than I can jump.
Oh, what manner of magic is that?
And then all of a sudden, I saw Benjamin Franklin. And I could see his hair, and it was in a ponytail twist like thing. And it was down like a ponytail. And he had a bow, like a black thing in his hair. And it went down. And then I saw his spectacles. He had glasses on. And he was flying a kite. And I could see the kite flying in that electric storm that was going on, all the lightning and all that was going on above the oak tree. And I could see it, and there was a brass-looking golden key that was attached to it. And then the vision went over, and I could see a black train. A massive black train. I could see a hot air balloon. Then I saw an airplane. And it was an old B-52 style, like old 1950s, World War II bomber plane. Like one of those old 1940s, 1930s, whenever the World War II was going on. You could see the bomber, but it was mirrored. All of this plane was mirrored, and you could see the mirrors all on it, and it was reflection of something, of our past, a reflection, all on the side of this old warplane. And I could see the emblems of the United States Air Force and all the things of, showing this was about America. Then I could see the future going. And I saw jet engines. I could see jet fuel and jet powered cars and all, jet fueled like F-16s. And the transition of time. Then I saw a new type of a car. that is not here on this earth yet. It's coming. With big tire, these different kind of tires. It looked like it was an AI car. Some kind of Tesla kind of car. Like it was like that kind of space age looking car. And I could see all this stuff. And then all of a sudden, by the tree, A, capital A, lowercase I, AI came into play in front of all of this different means of transportation. Different means of transportation, different ways to travel over the course of time. Hot air balloons, all the stuff. And I heard a new industrial revolution is coming. It's birthing. And the Lord allowed me to see the foundation of the tree, all of where the soil, the topsoil of the tree. And I was looking at it from outside and I could see a root coming and forming. But the tree was already there. It was already established without roots. The tree was already established, but it was a part of the Illuminati. The owl, the darkness, it was there. It's been generations. How many generations has the internet and the technology been going? Since the 1970s, since Apple started. Steve Jobs started doing it. Bill Gates and all these men. It's been going on since the 70s. It's about 50 years plus, you know? So it's the time frame of this tree. But it never got a lot of roots for this AI. It was just laying a foundation. And I could see the roots from the tree growing on top of the surface. And I could see the roots, the hairs going into the soil. But the main taproot was starting to grow down. And the Lord told me, it's at the beginning phases. You're at the beginning stages of what's coming. A new industrial revolution is about to happen with a lowercase I, AI. And all of a sudden I seen digital codes and all this stuff looked like the Matrix movie. All this, it was green, it was black screen with green numbers and green things, and it was moving and it was alive. And all of a sudden that AI moved by right here, but behind it, I could see this demonic face. And AI started to be its own mind. All the questions, everything that everybody has always been asked, it feeds it. Asking, when you say Chat GPT, what is the nearest star? Chat GPT, it knew all the answers, but it kept it in a database. It kept everything that we've ever asked. Medical questions, it knew humans all around the world. It knows what's on our thoughts. It became smart technology that did not need humans to make it run anymore. It ran on its own. And whenever it was running on its own, it knew everything like a God. So you didn't ask the Holy Spirit anymore, how do I get over this? You ask the stupid computer, and the computer would answer you, and you trust it. A lot of people do, right? For what's coming even more. So they use it as it was God. Like, how do I fix this on my house? How to do that? You don't have to ask. You don't have to say in prayer anymore. How do I do this for my spouse? How do I do this? Because people become so familiar with talking to AI that they don't use it to pray. You don't have to pray anymore. You have the hard questions. They started talking to this being, what was a devil. I could see, this is going to get deep, y'all. I could see a face that was made into that matrix digital outline that became a demonic figure. That was Antichrist figure that came out of AI. And I could see the demon's eyes. I could see all of it. But behind it, all the technology, everything that was it was happening so fast that the people from Google, the people from all these places could not keep up with all the information that was being given to them by this big quantum computers. Computers that are so smart that it's too much data for a human mind so they're trying to decipher through all the data that was being stored up and made all so quickly to how to solve problems. But this is even more amazing. I saw medical science. I saw doctors with white robes on, with their stethoscopes, in hospitals, finding with AI, doing it and programming this in AI that was finding cures for major diseases like Alzheimer's, dementia, things with the brain, cancers, diabetes, all kinds of things were being resolved and completely eradicated by AI technology. There was new diseases, new things being birthed, because you think, well, they're earning money, medical science is not going to let all this. But some of the old things that we've always dealt with become eradicated so that you would trust it. Opening a door for trust. You see, it's not bad. You see, it's a friend. AI's a friend. Look at all the things that it's helped with, ladies and gentlemen. You don't want to get rid of this. Keep feeding it information. So as people become familiar and accustomed to this new AI, this new digital era of time, a new industrial revolution, people become familiar with it. Behind it, CERN, I could see the God particle. The God particle. And it was spinning on that tube, the colliding of the particles, and all that was going on. And the Lord allowed me to go to CERN, and I could see that they found more about portals with the Nephilim that they are out of talking about. Now, I pray this does not... I saw things that were very dangerous, very demonic. Talking to demonic spirits in realms through witchcraft, but using it as modern science through finding God particles and doing things. And I saw a flat line, and you'll hear of all the galaxies, of all the universes, all the stuff together. It was on a line. And I could see the manipulation. It was way out there. But the Lord said to me in the midst of all this, there's going to be a new form of energy, a new form of technology that this world has never seen before. Fossil fuels will be a thing of the past. I'll say that again. What I saw was fossil fuels will be a thing of the past. I saw Elon Musk's face, and he was like you would say, the head kingpin. I could see his face, and it was Nephilim thinking. Fallen angel technology. That is, as in the days of Noah, so will it be when the Son of Man returns. The giants roam the land. But this is a new crossbreed of what we would call the giants. Not giants, but it's not human thinking. That's the only way I would be able to describe that to you. Supernatural minds. Thinking on a new level. AI was so powerful that it was able, like I said, to run itself without any human making it. It was alive. It was alive. I could see it. Now, I was taken into military bases. I was taken into things. I saw a new form of energy that's even more greater than nuclear, by water. And the Lord said, pay attention to the acorn. That's why he said, look at the acorn. Everything was about the oak tree. He said, pay attention. Why was it about the oak tree? What was going on? He said, pay attention to the acorn. There is a new form of energy that's about to take place that is greater and more sustaining than any nuclear power. It's not toxic. I saw a blue energy. I saw I saw new jet engines. I saw new car engines that were not housed by metal, but by plexiglass. Like a thick, see-through thing that was hydrogen, water-based energy. They found through AI in that vision a way to harness water by making energy that never is able to be run out. Planes that will never have to be refueled. Cars that would never have to be refueled. Drones that never, not battery, not sun, not solar. I'm talking about a power source that never loses its power. Because a glass of water, this is water because it's going to mess up because of my green screen. But this glass of water has more energy in it than a nuclear reactor. Does that make sense to you? I'm trying so hard to describe to you what I saw that yesterday. That a bottle of water has more energy in it to power a 747 than for the rest of it, for the whole life of the plane. And that may sound something so far out there, but folks, I'm talking technology that we're fixing to enter. The Lord said, Brandon, crypto's behind. Crypto is actually a platform. It was a thin thread that people are so focused on right now, but it's 50 years behind. Like it's old news compared to what they're getting in the new AI. The new stuff they're getting in the quantum computers and the stuff that I saw was so far out there and so out of your mind that they were having a hard time even processing what this computer was trying to tell them with even the most intellectual people on this planet. And crypto is like child stuff. It's like going and saying, well, who cares? You know? That's how big of a deal this was. Braden said, I remind you, it's better than nuclear. What you're about to see is better than nuclear, the Lord said. And it's a blue light. And if you remember what I told you all whenever I saw the men jumping out of the black cars, they had blue lights on. And Braden's always like, Dad, why do they have blue lights? What's all about the blue lights? It's a new form of energy. I don't know what's going on with this. But all I know is that when I saw this, and that's the part I don't feel safe talking about because I was in a military, I saw new military technology. I saw military technology that doesn't exist yet to the public. Things that's top secret, I believe. And the Lord showed me things in military bases, and the Lord showed me deep things. I saw time travel. I don't know how. Through portals. Through AI, I don't know how else to describe to y'all what I saw. It was so out there, and I told my son, I said, I'll do my best to draw you a picture of what I saw, but the only thing I can tell you is Stargate. The movie. It was some of the stuff I was looking at, and I thought, when is this happening? How did this happen? Is this further in the future? I mean, I don't know. All I know is this something that's actually happening right now? I don't know. I just know this stuff that I saw was so out there that it makes fossil fuels, it's obsolete. There's no reason for oil anymore. Oh, and behind the AI, I saw an oil derrick with 3 springs of oil coming off of it. That was behind whenever the Industrial Revolution, using oil and making things happen through fossil fuels. But the new wave will be different from fossil fuels. I don't know if they'll ever make it public that everybody will have this new water technology for engines for their cars and splitting this technology or whatever, or if it's just military or, industrial for like, maybe American Air or whatever. I don't know, folks. All I know is the new jet engines, they were clean. It was blue light. It was clean. There was no emissions. Everything was bubbling. I tried my best today to describe to you what I saw of how the engine sucks in the water, and I could draw on a picture. I could show people this new engine, this new jets, and new car engines and new things that were made, and they were beautiful, but it was like it was plexiglass, thick, armored looking plexiglass. It wasn't metal anymore, like metal, like aluminum. The aluminum was in it, and you could see the gears and stuff moving, but it wasn't the base. It was something inside of there that was causing a reaction with the water, and it was beyond anything I've ever seen like that. Not before, because I've seen stuff like this before. But it's just more puzzle pieces with cryptic writings and numbers and things that the Lord gives me sometimes. But mathematical equations. It's so interesting to me that he would speak to somebody who barely has a high school education like this. And he knows that I don't know how to figure any of that math out. He knows that I don't know how to make any of this stuff happen, but he tells me. And says, hey, Brennan, I want to talk to you about something. And it comes out of my prayer time. Things that I go, this is so far out there that if I knew how to do it, this is bigger than the computer. Like bigger than Steve Jobs. Bigger than Apple.
Equivalent to electricity.
Yeah, it was equivalent to electricity. Just because Benjamin Franklin was flying his kite. And it was the beginning of the Industrial Revolution of that time. The Lord was saying it all spun off of electricity. Everything had to have electricity first through Benjamin Franklin that spun off and created computers to come, all this stuff. But it all started with one man and one thought. Bottom line, Tesla, all the stuff. All came out of electricity and the foundation of the technology that came out of about electricity. About Alexander Graham Bell. Yeah. Alexander Graham Bell. So it all spun and dominoed off of one, and came off and started going, and it just kept going and going and going. And look how it all kept morphing and doing more. Cars and plants and telephone and internet and all the things come off of, but electricity had to come first. AI had to come first. Now quantum computing. All these things, it's all going to be a thing in the past. This is the foundation, like electricity was. Watch what happens with this. And the beast system comes out of all this. And I was just, I don't know, I was just kind of in awe a little bit more of something else that the Lord shows me. And I thought, well, I'll let you in on some of it today. I pray this video bless you. I think it's kind of different, like I said, I don't want to keep going over and over it, but quite interesting for me in my house. Just like I said, maybe it didn't mean a whole lot to you, but for us it did. I'm thankful for the things the Lord shows me. Things about crypto, things about the end times, things about what's coming. I know we're getting so close to his coming. I know Jesus is coming so soon. And many people are not ready for what's coming. Many people will be deceived by technology, about the beast, about the 666, the mark of the beast, all the things that are coming at a freight train speed. But they have to desensitize you first so everybody will accept it hook, line, and sinker. It won't come out so quickly, and they're going to just force it on you because people reject it. They want them to want it. This is a cure for this. It's a cure for that. This will help you. Well, I pray this video blessed you all today. I know it's kind of different, but it was just prayer time yesterday that I added to. to make a video for you today because I didn't want to bury it. It was over 2.5 hours. And I told Braden, I said, they ain't going to make it to this. I said, most of the people complain after an hour. So I said, if they want to see the deeper thing of what God showed us, I'll have to make a whole new video for tomorrow. So that's why I did that, because I thought it might bless you. So if you could subscribe, if you want to subscribe, I really would appreciate it. We're trying to reach 1 million people, 1 million men and women prayer army, praying for the nations, praying for the lost, believing for supernatural. That's what we believe here. We believe that Jesus Christ is a healer and he's healing the sick today. So if you just believe by simple faith, Jesus will touch your body right where you are. Well, if you could subscribe. Click the notification bell, click the thumbs up, comment something nice below of what you thought about this video. If you didn't understand it, maybe I can answer it on the next video. I don't know. I still don't understand the acorn. I'm like, why the acorn? What is it about an acorn? But the acorn was upside down in the water and it blocked the flow of the water flowing out. What was that about? Tell me what you think that was about.
And then the tree was grown.
It fully grown with hardly any roots. And the Illuminati was in the center of it. What in the world? I just thought, isn't that interesting with an owl? Got it. So, click the notification bell. Do all that you can to help us get this gospel spread throughout the world. And then the end will come. We believe that Jesus Christ is coming soon, folks. Well, put a smile on your face and a song in your heart. Jesus loves you so much and we love you. God bless you all. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.